Welcome to Free Colorado News. I'm Ari Armstrong. Stephen Bailey is running for Congress as a Republican against Jared Polis in the Boulder region. On September 23rd, Diana Shea interviewed Bailey while I filmed. Here's a brief segment of what he had to say.
The proper role of the government is to protect our rights. Thomas Jefferson said it very well in the Declaration of Independence. That's why governments are instituted among men, to secure our rights.
The same day, FreedomWorks held an event in Loveland where Matt Kibbe spoke.
There's a lot of opportunities here in Colorado to replace tax and spend liberals with fiscal conservatives. The Tea Party movement is not like a political party because it's not dependent on some charismatic leader. It's built on ideas, and that makes it better than a political party. Because ideas don't change, ideas don't shift based on the latest public opinion poll.
By the way, FreedomWorks paid for me to attend a conference September 10th. Also at that event, Kenneth Clark of Liberty Inc. Journal described his publication.
Liberty Inc. Journal is a magazine that was born of the Liberty groups. Our mission is to restore the Republic back to its founding principles and the Constitution.
On September 12th, I attended the Tea Party March on Washington. I spoke with Dr. Jack Cassell about ObamaCare.
ObamaCare has no place in American medicine. It just inhibits doctors' ability to uphold the Hippocratic Oath. And it has nothing to do with health care. All it does is it's a means of taxation and actually limiting health care services.
I also talked with Paul Johnson, a resident of Washington, D.C.
This Democrats, that's ridiculous. And it seems as though every time they come into office and everything, that's the only thing they know how to do is spend. And I'm just sick of it.
On September 15th, Chuck Plunkett of the Denver Post addressed Liberty on the Rocks in Denver. He had some advice for conservatives.
So all the vitriol, all the raw emotion, Dan Mays, that's just not going to get it. My thesis is you need to supply the intellectual architecture that makes the liberty movement experience matter, or the experiment matter.
On September 4th, I interviewed Seymour Glass. He was a lead radio operator in the 445th Bomb Group during World War II.
The minute we crossed the channel, we saw a black chatter in front of us, a puff, 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 puff. Each one of those was an 88 shell that exploded into hundreds of pieces. And so many a time we had some people who were wounded on board.
Thank you for your service. Now for a couple of additional articles. Amendment 62 will appear on Colorado's ballot this November. Diana Shea, a philosopher, and I co-wrote an article critical of Amendment 62. The paper is titled, "The Personhood Movement is Anti-Life." You can find it at seculargovernment.us. Incidentally, Ken Buck, who's running for U.S. Senate, once endorsed Amendment 62, but now is neutral on it, as the Denver Post reported. In another story, Bob Glass attended the September 11th rally in New York City for and against the proposed Islamic center there. He submitted photographs that you can find at freecolorado.com. He also wrote a couple of articles about his findings, and I wrote up an article based on some of his findings. Among other things, Glass found that numerous communist groups endorsed the Islamic Center. This has been Ari Armstrong, Free Colorado. Check out my book about Harry Potter's heroic fight for values at valuesofharrypotter.com.